Good morning. I, Garima Jain, welcome you all to Delhi Metropolitan Education Noida campus. Today, we gather to mark the inauguration of the 7th edition of ICAN, International Conference on Media and Communication, an annual academic conference hosted by DME Media School. ICAN has consistently brought together visionaries, media professionals, researchers, and educators from across the globe to reflect upon the ever-evolving landscape of media and communication. This year too, we are honored by the presence of eminent dignitaries from across India and abroad. Delhi Metropolitan Education, affiliated with Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, New Delhi, is a premier institute committed to academic excellence and holistic development. With state-of-art infrastructure and a learner-centric environment, DME offers professional courses in law, management, and media. To begin this auspicious occasion, may I request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly come forward for the ceremonial lamp lighting, symbolizing the light of knowledge and enlightenment. DME Media School stands as a vibrant hub for aspiring media professionals, known for its innovative pedagogy, industry-aligned curriculums, and strong academic foundation. The department nurtures students in journalism, film, advertising, digital media, and communication research. Through conferences like ICAN, festivals like Vritika, SIFI, and hands-on training, DMA Media School bridges the gap between classroom and newsroom, grooming future storytellers and thought leaders. Let us now take a moment to witness the dynamic evolution of Delhi metropolitan education through a short presentation. This visual showcase reflects the spirit, achievement, and vibrant campus life that defines our institution. The International Conference ICAN is a flagship academic initiative by DME Media School, bringing together thought leaders, media professionals, scholars, and students from across the globe. Now in its 7th edition, ICAN7 focuses on the highly relevant theme AI in media, its challenges and opportunities, exploring how artificial intelligence is reshaping the media landscape and redefining content creation, ethics, and communication strategies. This year, we are proud to collaborate with our knowledge partners, Indian Institute of Mass Communication, Kalindi College, Delhi University, and KES Shroff College, Mumbai. Our international partner is the South Asia Communication Association, SACA, lending a global perspective to this discourse. The publication partner for this edition includes Institute of Human Development and Media Spaces, a peer-reviewed academic journal. We are also delighted to have News 44, Dynamite India, and Quick News as our media partners, helping us amplify the reach of our conversations and discoveries. To officially welcome our guest and set the tone of ICAN7, I now invite Dr. Parul Mehra, head of DMA Media School and convener of ICAN, to deliver the welcome address. With over 17 years of academic and industry experience, she is a renowned media educator, author, and mentor. Give a huge round of applause for Dr. Parul Mehra.
Thank you, Garima. Honorable dignitaries present on the dais, guest of honor, Professor Dr. Surbhi Dhaya, Professor Tarjeet Sabharwal, Professor Umesh Arya, Mr. Ravi Mishra, Professor Amrish Saxena. We appreciate your unalloyed confidence and support for us that you have accepted our invitation to be the guest of honor and grace this occasion, which is our flagship event. Please give a huge round of applause to them. Director General DME Honorable Mr. Justice Bhavar Singh sir is also present here. Thank you for your kind presence, sir. Our special guest sitting off the dais, Dr. Jolly Jose, participants from all across India who have joined us today, my dear colleagues and my dearest students, very good morning to all of you. I would also like to take a moment to share with all of you that my heart is full of pride today because my teacher, Professor Surbhi Dhaya, who is a prominent media professional of international repute, is amongst us. It is a big day for me. Thank you, ma'am, for accepting my invitation. It is an immense pleasure and a deep sense of pride that I welcome you all to the plenary inaugural of our 7th International Conference. Well, having accomplished 6 successful editions of ICAN, DME Media School is now organizing its 7th edition, which is on the theme Influences Content, Algorithmic Transparency and Narrative Building, which is in collaboration with SACA, which is a South Asian Communication Association. For this, my special thanks to Professor Jatin Srivastav, who is the president of SACA, and Director of Institute of International Journalism, Ohio University, US, and Professor Surbhi, who is Vice President of SACA, in collaborating with us as our international partner. Well, before dwelling into the current media landscape, allow me to briefly reflect on the journey of ICAN because DME has already conducted its 6 successful editions. As many of you might aware of it, that the concept of this conference was initiated by one of our esteemed panel member who is present here, Professor Amrish Saxena and Professor Sushmita Bala, the then head of DME Media School in 2018. And sir, you will be happy to know that we are carrying the same legacy forward with the same zeal, enthusiasm, and passion. Well, the key concept of organizing this conference is to provide the platform for the researcher, academicians, and students from all across the globe to present their research work in technical sessions and get involved in different plenary session, panel discussion to have a good academic discourse. And master classes and workshops are also planned for the coming 2 days. This conference also provides a platform for the interaction of people from the academia and industry and to fill this gap which is always there. This year, we are especially honored to host such diverse gathering with the participants from all across the globe, and they are contributing more than 80 insightful papers, and we have a productive collaboration with Indian Institute of Human Development, which is running an international Scopus index peer-reviewed journal, and also the Media Space, which is a peer-reviewed journal of DME Media School for the publication of selected research paper. This overwhelming response underscores the significance of the theme that we are set to explore for this coming 2 days. I am very thrilled to share that we have lined up certain workshop, master classes, along with certain panel discussions with prominent international speakers joining us in through online mode from UK, US, Bhutan, China, Sri Lanka. And this global discourse is going to definitely bring out a meaningful dialogue for all of us. ICAN7 is a humble effort which focuses on the changes that has been observed in the content delivery, especially the post-COVID era. Influencers culture is very popular. In fact, it is a household name in this digital age, and the worldwide phenomena that has attained steep rise in the significance unlike any other thing that has happened or seen in the history of media and communication. User-generated content, which is UGC, is a powerhouse. For example, on Instagram, UGC account is of a significant portion of the content with a notable percentage of the creator. If I have to specifically indicate with the data, then 55.7% of the content is user-generated content, and 18% of the creators are generating primarily their income from this. But despite all these benefits, influential content has a multitude of challenges which are ranging from mental health and screen addiction. Rapid and the deliberate dissemination of misinformation, which is very popular, focusing on the social biases or, polarizing the content, is another very important problem. While algorithmic transparency refers to the uses of algorithms to use, analyze, and influence storytelling. While in the absence of algorithmic transparency, it is impossible to control its credibility. Another very important and alarming concept which is there is the backdrop of deep fake videos going viral for all the wrong reasons. Keeping all these above concerns into the mind, this international conference is a humble effort bringing the light to this pertinent issue of today's age, which is about the change in the content of media. This occasion has undoubtedly brought together different sections of academicians, research scholars, and students, but also the creme de la creme of, from the fraternity of media industry as well as the academician to participate in this important discourse. So on behalf of Delhi Metropolitan Education and my DME Media School, I want to express my profound and most sincerest gratitude to all the people who have joined us, my eminent speaker and all the participants from different parts of the world, and to all my students. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are privileged to receive a special message from Mr. Aman Sahani, Vice Chairperson of Delhi Metropolitan Education. A visionary leader and a strong advocate of holistic education, Mr. Sahani has been instrumental in shaping DME's commitment to academic excellence and innovation. We are grateful for his continued encouragement and thank him for sharing his warm welcome and words of motivation with us through this video message.
It's ICAN time again, and it's an event that we look forward to every year. It's a marquee event, not just for the media school, but also for DME as an institution in general. And every year we have wonderful paper presentations, some excellent technical sessions and master classes. This year is no different, and these 2 days promise all of that and more. And a big thank you to everybody who's contributed for this conference, ICAN7. The topic is wonderful as well, and really looking forward to it, and my best wishes to everybody. Thank you.
I now request and invite Honorable Mr. Justice Bhavar Singh Sir, Director General of Delhi Metropolitan Education and a former judge of the Allahabad High Court, for his inspiring address. With his vast judicial experience and deep commitment to education, he continues to inspire and guide DME in its pursuit of academic integrity, discipline, and excellence. So,
Professor Survidhaya, Professor Arya, Mr. Ravi Mishra, Professor Sabarwal, Professor Ambrish Saxena, ex-professor of DME, Dr. Parul Mehra, faculty members, dear participants, I, on my own behalf and on behalf of the DME, welcome you all, the guests of honor in particular, to DME, and wish that this conference proves to be a huge success. Uh, while analyzing the use of AI in media, I was going through some articles, and then I realized that very soon the subject of computer science is going to be introduced in the course of journalism, that is communication and media. Uh, I teach in the engineering college the students of computer science the constitutional law, and now the crisscross curriculum is being prepared almost in all the universities, uh, and it has also been approved by UGC in some courses that the knowledge of other courses must be introduced in the different courses. Some 25 years back, I suggested, while giving a keynote address in Merit College and adjoining district, that law as a subject must be introduced in all the curriculums of all the fields, that is agriculture, science, even medical science, etc., etc. So it will become, if not today, but tomorrow, necessary to have the knowledge of computer science for the students of media and communication. Friends, AI is already being used in the social media, and it has many facets of its own. It is being used and it is being misused. The major concern, therefore, these days is as to how to check the misuse of the artificial intelligence, because media these days is the department, I must say, which is spread all around. It is rather dominating the society everywhere through social media, Instagram, Facebook, X, and other. So the major concern is that by using AI, the privacy or the private contents of individuals may not be misused by spreading misinformation amongst the society. Friends, then other concern may be, I was discussing with Mr. Ravi that the fact check has also become full of malady now. There are some fact check corporations or companies or even TV channels. They use the fact check and wrongly inform the public and the society at the behest of some other persons working from behind. This is in fact causing worry to all of us, and therefore though PTI to check the newspapers publishing is not very effective, but still I must suggest that some governmental authority should be created by statutory law so as to have some kind of check over the use of AI in the social media. Friends, I am happy that this is a burning topic these days. It will be discussed and debated during these 2 days conference in DME. I think the society as a whole must be benefited by your discussions, by your conclusions, and by your debatable issues. I wish this conference a huge success and wish you all best of luck. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Felicitation is a gesture of honor and gratitude, acknowledging the presence and contributions of distinguished guests. It reflects our respect for their achievement and the value they bring to the occasion. I would request Director General Sir HOD Ma'am to kindly felicitate our guests. We have with us Professor Dr. Surbhi Dhaya, Head of the Department of Media Management at the Indian Institute of Mass Communication, Vice President SACA. A highly reputed academician and media professional, she has played a pivotal role in shaping media education in India. Her constant support and invaluable guidance have been the great strength to us in curating and executing this edition of ICAN. And we are truly grateful for her presence today. Kindly grace us, ma'am, and all the audience with your kind words. Everyone give a huge round of applause for Professor Surbhi Dhaya.
Very good morning to all of you. The first and the foremost thing that I want to say is, as Parul just said, she was a student of mine way back in 2003. But I have come here for the first time to DME. Though I have been a part of ICAN once, courtesy Professor Amrish Saxena, and it's nothing new that I have come here for. But I am feeling as if I have come home for two reasons. On my panel, I have esteemed guests, one student, as I just mentioned, and another one is my teacher. So Professor Umesh Arya, your grand teacher, is here for your master class today. He was my teacher way back in 1998. And Dr. Tarjeet Sabharwal, a very senior academician, we worked together for 10 years, almost from 2006 onwards. So with this distinguished panel of experts here, it feels like a homecoming. I'm privileged here to speak on the topic AI and AI in media, challenges and opportunities. So students, first of all, I would like to say that AI is a substitute and not a replacement. If you think AI is a replacement, then you are mistaken. You cannot use AI properly. If you think it's an assistant, it's a substitute, then okay, we can make use of it. Because recently I went to Hindu, Chennai for some personal work related to my book, and I saw how the reporters in the Hindu were using AI, but they were not using it blindly, you know. They were using AI, but then the human opinion, the human review is very important. So if you talk about AI, and even if you do your assignments from ChatGPT, you should not submit it just, for the sake of submission that you have completed it, unless you review it. In my class, sometimes I start from ChatGPT, I say you gather all the material that you can from ChatGPT, and then we start the real assignment of analysis. So use it for your assistance, but do not use it blindly, because that is, wrong. So if you talk about media, the nature of news reporting per se, it has undergone a radical transformation, because the fundamental process of gathering information, all of you are journalism students, at the source it remains the same. But the demand on journalists have multiplied exponentially, because you should be considered as a one-man army. So an assignment today, it requires a reporter to file 2 live updates for the radio before even arriving at the scene. The TV newsroom expects a live broadcaster as soon as the reporter gets there. However, dedicated camera crews are not a rarity. Most journalists function as video journalists, shooting and editing on their own mobile devices. Now, you have Mojo, even Dojo, drone journalism and mobile journalism are a part of journalists' life. And, when we talk about social media teams, they demand tweets, the text demands, they require an initial write-up, and a photo editor requests images, all while the story is still developing. So the story is still developing, and you are expected to, send your stories, send your initial write-ups. So this is all about speed and efficiency in media. So throughout the day, the radio and the TV teams, they expect full broadcast packages, and the text team needs a comprehensive article. So social media updates, often also features short videos, live streams, interactive elements, and engaging audiences. So by the time the reporter returns to the newsroom at 8 p.m., work is far from over. So additional content refinements, digital enhancements, multi-platform adaptations, they are still required before the story is fully disseminated across all the channels. Now, this, you must have heard about the word integrated newsrooms, right? So integrated newsrooms in today's, newsrooms, they are no longer single platform operators. So historically, of course, you had newspapers, you had radios, television, but now everything comes from an integrated newsroom. So you need an online article for an in-depth reporting, you need social media updates for immediate news dissemination, you need video content, you need broadcast platforms, you need podcasts for long-form journalism, audio-driven journalism, you need live streaming on your YouTube channels for real-time audience engagements. So when you are using AI, the modern newsroom, it is fueled by technology with artificial intelligence all over the world, data analytics, audience insights, they shape, editorial decisions. So editorial decisions are basically now dependent on AI. And organizations, they are increasingly relying on AI assisted content generation, where algorithms create reports based on structured data, data-driven journalism, where it is utilized, by audience metrics to determine which story gets prominence. Then you have interactive storytelling. It's an age of storytelling, but then everybody says storytelling is very important, but nowadays storytelling without data is incomplete. So I would rather say story finding is more important. Story finding with data is storytelling now. You can redefine storytelling like this. So digital first strategies, if you talk about, they mean that, news outlets, their priorities, their online engagement, their, traditional formats, they are over traditional formats. So to include the content production, data interpretation, audience interaction requires a more versatile skill set than ever before. So the future of the newsroom hierarchies is dependent on AIs, and it is dependent on automation as well. I'll give you an example. So this AI-powered automation, when you talk about AI-powered automation, the latest examples are Bloomberg's Cyborg, that's an AI platform, and Washington Post is using Heliograph. So that's also an important, they're already generating news articles based on structured data. So AI-driven content verification, if you say, that is reducing the misinformation by cross-referring sources in real time. And automated editing tools assist in copy editing and proofreading, and AI editing, AI-driven audience analysis. They personalize content distribution, optimizing the news reach. Now, despite these advancements, human editorial oversight remains very crucial, as I just gave you an example of the Hindu. While AI can enhance speed and efficiency or ethical journalism, Investigative reporting or contextual analysis still requires the judgment of the skilled journalist. So if you just take the help of AI and submit, that will not be appropriate. So human intervention is very important. So artificial intelligence, it is transforming journalism at an unprecedented pace, but it offers tools that enhance efficiency, that automate the routine reporting, that provides deeper insights through data analytics. And news organizations, they are increasingly integrating AI into their workflows. They face both the opportunities and challenges which we are talking right now about. So automated news generation, if you talk about, you all know the natural language processing, NLP, that Google is also, the ChatGPT is also using, and machine learning algorithms. They enable the generation of news articles with minimum human interventions. So news agencies, if you talk about the Associated Press and the Reuters, they have also been using AI to automate the writing of routine stories, or such a financial reporting, or summaries of sports scores, or elections for that matter, or stock markets, or sports feeds, or even the government reports. So as I talked, the Bloomberg Cyborg, that AI system helps journalists to process the financial reports and generates quick summaries. So similarly, Washington Post's heliograph that I was talking about, it has been used to cover political elections, reporting results in real time with automated updates. So when we talk about AI, all these, this has to be kept in mind, that how AI in data analytics and investigative journalism is used. So it is beyond automation that AI is also revolutionizing data-driven journalism, because that is the investigative journalism that you can talk about. And investigative journalists, they are increasingly relying on AI to shift through massive data sets, identity platforms, or uncovering the hidden, connections, that I would say. Machine learning algorithms can directly, they can also delete the anomalies, and they can analyze court records also, they can analyze the transactions, they can analyze the, they can track the misinformation across social media platforms. So if you remember, how many of you remember the Panama Papers? Have you heard about the Panama Papers? Yeah. So what happened, the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, ICIJ, they used AI tools to analyze the Panama Papers, and that was a leak consisting of 11.5 documents exposing offshore financial activities. So is it possible humanly that you go through 11.5 million documents? So this is how AI is being used in media, that such a great number of documents can be analyzed in a few minutes. So AI helped categorize and cross-reference all these documents, enabling reporters to uncover this complex financial network. Then, of course, beyond this, if you talk about opportunities, then personalization and audience engagement is another area where AI is doing wonders, and its role extends to its roles extend to beyond I would say content creation, to audience engagement and content personalization as well. So of course, besides the benefits, you also have biases and misinformation. And I have already talked about a well-documented example of ChatGPT. It also has demonstrated biases in gender, in race, in political perspective, in mitigating these risks. And newsrooms must ensure transparency in AI decision making and apply rigorous editorial oversight. Of course, when we talk about job displacement, people would say that, okay, AI's growing presence in journalism has, sparked debates about potential loss in journalism, or potential loss in jobs in journalism. So automation of routine report tasks may reduce the need of entry-level journalists. Remember, I'm talking about entry-level journalists. So if you are a mediocre, your job can go. But if you are not a mediocre, you are a well-established journalist, and you have brains also. So you can review what AI has written and put in your facts to it and add to it, and only then I think your job is secure. So I don't think anybody can, substitute or replace your job. AI cannot. It's just an assistant. But if you, if you are just an entry-level journalist, then be aware your jobs are going to go. Now I would also like to talk about one more this AI-powered tool. It's called as Robin CC. So Robin CC illustrates how AI can assist in content creation by analyzing news gaps and targeting audiences based on demographics, and how AI alone cannot provide the content, ethical judgment, or investigative, journalism or depth that requires a meaningful journalism. So because, AI might give you some facts, it might do the mind mapping for you, but you have to put in the facts, you have to do the ground reporting yourself. So as AI evolves, the role of journalists will shift towards AI-assisted storytelling also, where technology supports rather than dictates the news production. So the key to responsible AI integration in journalism lies in ethical oversight also, because editorial control and a commitment to accuracy and fairness is very must. So video and audio editing tools in newsrooms and enhancing the multimedia journalism also, the integration of video and all these editing tools in newsrooms, it has also revolutionized the ways news is produced today. So I'm now writing a book on editing also, which will be released in the next January. So we are focusing on how, changes have come in news editing, whether it is print or it's photo or it's audio or it's video or it's digital or it's academic. So I'm trying to read out what my co-fellows have written, that how, every industry is changing. So the role of the video editing software in the news production is also, it has become very dominant format for news consumption, with studies showing that online users prefer video content over traditional text-based reports, and video editing softwares is therefore essential for crafting compelling and polished news stories. And some of the most widely used programs in the newsroom are, Adobe Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, Avid. All these are still being used, and they are trying to integrate it with AI. That is interesting to know. So additionally, real-time video editing tools like DaVinci, Resolve, and cloud-based softwares like vVideo, they are becoming increasingly important in the digital newsrooms, and which is allowing mobile journalism and reporters in the field to edit and upload the video content very, very remotely. And of course, the podcasting and, Adobe Audition and Pro Tools and, Audacity, they're all coming handy. Now, I would like to focus on the content management systems that are evolving in the journalism newsrooms. That is very, very important, because the digital backbone of journalism is a CMS, content management system. And it serves as a crucial, processing hub of a newsroom. It facilitates the creation, the management, the distribution of digital content. And as the digital transition into the, as the journalism transforms into the digital, I would say, digital first landscape, the demand for efficient, scalable, AI integrated content workflows, that has made the CMS platform indispensable. So I would give you some examples of the CMS being used in the real time. Content, it functions very well because the content organization and storage is good, the workflow automation is good, the AI integrated editing is very good, the fact checking is very good in there. So when we talk about CMS, the latest name that comes to all of us mind, any idea? What CMS is being used in media these days? What are they shifting it into? So this CMS that is being used these days in media is called as Alfred. Your friend Alfred. Okay. So Alfred is the next generation AI integrated CMS for journalism. One of the latest advancements in CMS technology, which is called as Alfred. It's a cutting edge AI powered CMS developed in India. And unlike traditional CMS platforms that cater to general content management, Alfred is built specially for journalism by journalists. So this is very, very important for you to know, because in India, all the newsrooms these days, digital platforms, they are trying to use Alfred. And if you talk about some features of Alfred, it's AI powered, transcription and speech to text, and converts interviews and live reports into editable text in real time. And it's automated fact checking that Alfred is doing. So multi-platform content scheduling, it ensures seamless distribution across all the websites, across all the mobile platforms and apps and the social media. Also personalized audience insights, it uses AI to analyze the reader behavior and optimize, content strategies. So collaborative editing and live, user collaboration is also being done by Alfred. So similarly, you have other CMS popular platforms in India that are being used in journalism. One is WordPress VIP, one is Drupal. Have you heard about Drupal? So it's an open source, robust content modeling CMS, which is used by The Economist and The Guardian. So in India, we are using this here. Then there's another one which is called as ARC Publishing. ARC Publishing, and that's also an AI-powered CMS built for the real-time publishing. And there's one more I remember that's called as, Bright Spot. Bright Spot is another one which is an enterprise CMS, and it is optimized for multi-platform distribution. So I think AI and fact-checking and real-time transcriptions, audience analysis, all this is done by these, developed CMS in India. And in Indian newsrooms, so I would repeat, rest my case here, and I would just like to repeat what I said in the very beginning, that if you want to become an entry-level journalist, then AI can take away your jobs. But if you will use your brains and you will review it, you will, use it for your assistance, and you will support it by the fact-based, in-depth, interviews and in-depth investigative journalism, then you will survive and thrive. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I know we are learning about AI, but that doesn't mean that we need to keep our phones in our hand. I would request everyone to kindly keep the mobile phones in your pockets. Thank you so much. Next, we have with us Dr. Tarjeet Sabharwal, Director at the Center of Culture, Media and Governance, CCMG, and Professor at AJK Mass Communication Research Center. A scholar of high repute and a passionate media educator, Dr. Sabharwal's work bridges critical theory and contemporary media practice. Her presence at ICAN7 adds immense academic depth, and we are privileged to have her with us today. Ma'am, kindly grace us with your words.
Very good morning to everybody here. I am privileged to share the dais today with my colleagues, Professor Surbhi Dahiya and Professor Ambrish Saxena, whom I think I met much before I met Surbhi. So I am very, very delighted to have met him again today after many, many years. I am also privileged to, speak here today in the presence of Justice Bhavar Singh and Dr. and Professor Umesh Arya and Mr. Ravi Mishra. Thank you very much for inviting me here. And today I can recall that way back in maybe 2013, I was here when Arnab Goswami had, I think, graced DME way back. I'm not quite sure, but he had come here at this place, and he was a rage at that point in time. And I had brought my students here. No? Was it here or somewhere else? But I think you were there. That's the key. I think I can remember that you were here. He's omnipotent. True that. So I'm actually very delighted to be here, and today I'm in fact very um, privileged to come and speak to students of DME, and on a topic which is very not only important but controversial at the same time. So now the current radical shift that we are seeing in communication and information technology, this has actually paved the way for a real digital revolution, I should say. And this digital revolution is inevitable, and a nation cannot develop without use of technology. And now we have seen milestones in Indian journalism. And what are those significant milestones that we have observed? We have got the nation's first AI anchor by the India Today group, the bot named Sana. I am sure all of you must have heard about Sana, and she has been assigned the present to present news updates, and she's appearing on the Aaj Tak News based channel of the India Today group. And Kali Puri, he actually, the vice chairperson of India Today, first presented Sana during the 20th edition of India Today. And Sana is having a human-like appearance and delivers information and reads news using text-to-speech technology when an amount of data is being fed into it. But the most important thing is, let us reflect on how we started, the introduction of AI and the news anchors. That was somewhere in China in 2018 when they anchored through Xinhua. The world of journalism witnessed the adoption of the next generation technology, and later you had virtual news presenter Xin Xiaowei, and who could actually mimic human voice, gestures and mannerisms in 3D. And so therefore, we should just see the kind of revolution that we are seeing and the transformations that are taking place not only just in newsrooms, but in classrooms as well. Because my experience with the students in terms of classroom is pretty, it's not a generational shock, but certainly when you give an assignment to the students in 2 hours, they are able to present the assignment, which probably we would have taken a week or so. And we would go to the libraries, and I see the libraries being haunted now. We don't see humans there. And we always are finding that the students are taking the assistance of AI to complete their assignments, and the deadline has no sanctity anymore. The deadline of an assignment has no sanctity. So we have to see that we are changing at a very fast pace, not only the newsrooms, but the classrooms as well. And so what are the basic concerns that we have? We're looking at News GPT, the world's first news channel that was solely working on the artificial intelligence. And there have been a lot of media experts and media people who have been working in the newsrooms, and I can quote Shailaja Bajpai, and I think my colleague Ravi Mishra will be more than happy to agree with her. And she has said that AI will definitely have an abiding influence in journalism in general. However, she said that it is too early to say how deep it will be and how much difference it will make. And the chances are, while the bots can do the news bulletins, they may not be able to react and conduct debates the way we individuals do on a day-to-day basis, or how the anchors do it on a day-to-day basis. Now with her, Shailaja Bajpai, with her extensive experience and knowledge, she has been writing about television development in India, and she has also claimed that AI is a big challenge for media professionals, and she also suggested that explanatory journalism, on-the-ground reporting, investigative journalism can't be a battlefield for AI bots, because they can't replicate human expertise and observation. See, whenever you write an assignment or write a piece of article or a copy, there is no human expression when it is generated through AI. You can feel it, and the readers have also identified this. And so she has also commented that we have to be prepared to change and adapt to withstand this challenge or perish in the attempt. Now, is AI in journalism a boon or a bane? This is a question which is intriguing, and we have even eminent journalists like Pamela Philippos. She's a media columnist, and she has also shared her concerns regarding AI and its applications, and has said that, you know, Alexas of the newsrooms would perform the difficult tasks more effortlessly than a journalist drawing a salary in the near future. So the more multi-layered problem is the potential AI has to create disinformation by design. So that is the most important thing to be noted. And fake news now passed around through WhatsApp and images, which can lead to stolen elections, and stigmatizing targeted communities may now appear like a child's play once AI's full potential in repurposing raw data is realized. So most media professionals, they identify the growing dependence on algorithms and automation, and this is threatening and challenging the credibility and trustworthiness of journalism. And along with these concerns, the concerns regarding job security and the possibility of perpetuating biases in the data which it uses to generate content. So for the last few years, with the increase in the cost of on-ground reporting, the primetime TV has been dominated by, studio debates. AI anchors and applications could trigger a democratic breakdown in ways you cannot imagine. This is what Pamela Philippos has said. Also, another journalist, Nidhi Razdan, she has pointed out that the establishment of AI news anchors should undergo some regulations to avoid journalism, undergoing further challenges. Now, having said that, AI anchors will do a better job at being objective than their real-life counterparts, most of whom no longer speak truth to power. I hope Ravi Mishra will agree to this. And the way forward is to be just cautious about what AI is going to bring to the table. So artificial intelligence is currently being used in all steps of news production, whether it's story discovery, it's the story production, and the story distribution. So newsrooms utilize machine learning to analyze massive quantities of data and discover the patterns that humans would normally would not be able to pick up. And additionally, most journalists also create templates so computers can write stories that are data-based, such as earning reports and game stories, and free them up to be able to work on other projects. Now, newsrooms can also use AI to personalize story recommendations to readers. While there is a great potential to machine learning and AI in journalism, it is also an emerging technology that creates new ethical challenges for newsrooms. Now, recently some interviews were conducted, and we had some very important results that were highlighted. When asked, about what percentage of journalists in your newsrooms do you believe is already using chat GPT on at least a weekly basis, 39% of the newsroom said that they were using chat GPT. And this news media industry is wrestling with some very deep and complex questions about how AI and what AI could mean for journalism. Although it seems very less likely that AI will threaten journalism jobs, but some have feared that news executives are asking questions about information accuracy, plagiarism, and data privacy. So nearly half of the newsrooms are using generative AI now. And given that most generative AI tools have become available for the public, now you have seen that this technology is quickly evolving, and newsrooms are definitely very cautious about it. And this might be the case for the respondents, whose companies have not yet adopted these tools as yet. And, we're talking about the attitude towards AI. Nearly 70% of the people who were surveyed in a study, they said that they expect generative AI tools to be helpful for their journalists and the newsrooms, while only 2% said they had no value in the short term, while another 10% said that 18% think that the technology needs more development to be really helpful. So although there have been some slight alarmist reactions to ChatGPT, whether technology could end up replacing journalists, There are number of newsrooms using generative AI for the creation of articles, which is relatively low. And the primary use case is the tool's capability to digest and condense information. Now, for example, for summaries and bullet points, that's important. And what are the other key tasks that journalists are using generative AI tools like ChatGPT? The most important task that journalists identified was text creation and summaries. And the next category was for research. And then the third category was workflow. 54% actually said that they are using it for text creation. So then we need to obviously monitor this, extensive use of text creation. Can there be some guidelines for the use of generative AI? This is important because most of the respondents, that is most of the participants who talked about the use of AI in the newsrooms, 49% said that their journalists have the freedom to use the technology as they see fit. So only 1/5 of the respondents said that they have guidelines from their management. So it's important to roll out some guidelines, from the management point of view to actually curb the extensive use of AI in text generation. So, and with regard to the top concerns, inaccuracy and plagiarism was one of the most important aspect that the respondents highlighted as a specific issue they have relating to generative AI. Now, there have been lots of studies that have been recently conducted in this field about the use of AI, what are the challenges, what are the pitfalls, what are the opportunities. I would like to just quote Bill Gates here. He said that technology will change the world, but perhaps it will not. But one thing is certain, that this is indeed the next level. This is what Bill Gates has said. And now that you see that most industries and most media industries are, integrating AI into journalistic workflows, so how can we, ensure that we be ethical? Do we need an ethical framework for doing this? How are we going to ensure that? Is the management or our newsrooms or proprietors of news organizations going to in any way address this ethical and professional concern? And what kind of impact is this going to have on human journalistic creativity? So journalists must prepare for the forthcoming AI future. Now, with ethics being the main concern, moral choices need to be made, whether things are right, whether things are wrong, according to whose perspective. Is human behavior going to accept that it's an easy, task to just get the content generated in no time? Is there a rationality imposed behind decision making? Are journalists keen to adhere to the ethics of journalism with the emerging of AI technologies? Do you think that there are going to be challenges in adhering to professionalism, objectivity, and the application of journalistic ethics? Do we need to honor the journalist code of ethics? It is all being argued in the public domain now, and journalistic ethics should be primarily understood by the positions of the economic or the political domination, and which are contested by individual journalists. Will they actually adhere to the ethical codes, and is there a strategic interest in doing so? However, I would just like to end my brief focus on ethics, because I would like to share one important concern, that I believe in the vast possibilities of AI, and this will definitely shape in the country's overall development in various fields. It is not just limited to journalism. It is just important how we use it. And I would like to rest my case here, and I thank everybody for inviting me here, the organizers, and thanks to Parul. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Next in our panel, we have with us Professor Dr. Ramesh Arya, a distinguished academician and professor at Guru Jamweshwar University. Known for his profound scholarship in communication studies and his commitment to academic excellence, Dr. Arya has significantly contributed to media education and research in India. We are privileged to have him with us at ICAN7 and look forward to his valuable insights. Sir.
Good morning to all of you. First of all, I express my gratitude for having been invited here. And I won't take much of your time. Please sit comfortably, relaxed, just be happy. Speakers who are at the end of the show, they face many pros and cons, right? The pros is that many of the things they have already been spoken by the respected guests. So that's very good. And cons part is that nobody wants to listen now. But I'll try to strike a balance between the two. So I have just 10 minutes, and I'm so thankful to all of you that you have really set the stage, and my job is just to put the toppings on the pizza. That's it. But definitely I would like to draw your attention to the reality part of the AI, which I have been doing in all my lectures. So I have not been on the deterministic side of the AI anymore, because we have from 94 to 96 I was a student MA mass communication. That was a totally offline time, right? Then the internet came, then now AI. So we have witnessed 2-3 generations of something, right? And I can tell you for sure that see, there is a Amara's law, AMARA, right? Amara's law, right? Which simply says that the benefits of the technology, they have been overestimated in the short term and underestimated in the long run, right? तो किसी टेक्नोलॉजी के पीछे लोग एकदम बुलिश हो जाते हैं शॉर्ट टर्म में, राइट? और लॉन्ग टर्म में उसी को अंडर एस्टिमेट करते हैं, राइट? सो सेम हैपेंड विद इंटरनेट ऑल्सो, राइट? सो based on the Amara's law, I don't know what is going to happen with the AI, because most of the laws and theories they are now changing, right? But definitely we can apply some sixth sense here, and we should know that there is something behind the curtain, right? And what is that? See, one of the arguments which has been put forward by most of the people, right, be it the academicians, IT people, AI experts, and that okay, in every era whenever a new technology comes, right, so people are naturally scared for that, right? And it's a valid argument. But sometimes I feel some difficulty with this argument, simply for the reason being that way back, I don't know, in 18th or 19th century industrial revolution happened, right? So people also broke the machines and held protests and all that in UK. But then everything got regularized, and it led to the increase in the trade, right? So based on those arguments, people are saying that same thing will happen. Now people are scared in the short term, but in the long term they will benefit. Now tell me one thing, technology is progressing day by day, right? It is not that technology which was 200 years earlier, yes or no? So its impact cannot be the same on which our argument is based, yes or no? So mind is working in full speed, and its total maximum processing speed is 8 bits per second. 8 bits, 8 bit में 1 second. AI की speed आपको पता है, it is in the GBs, right? So can you compare these two things, right? You cannot, right? So like most of the speakers, they emphasize that you should include a human element in there, right? But so critical thinking is it is required actually, right? From I may be wrong, and God willing I am wrong, this technology is going to make so much social, economical, political upheaval in the society that you will see in the next max to max 3, 4, 5 years. And you will suddenly feel that okay, what should I do? Everything is done by the systems, right? And corporates, they are very quick with this. They just are they just worry about their margins, right? And their balance sheet, that's it. No human welfare. So just believing in the old arguments that okay, new technology will bring us something. So I don't think that that is possible. Now, so what should we do? So there is a silver lining now in the dark cloud. So if you read 2023's World Economic Forums report, which says that what are the 5 skills which will be required in the future, right? You know what are those 5 skills? They are all human skills: critical thinking, analytical thinking, empathy, teamwork, blah blah blah. 5. Not one mentions the technology. WEF, World Economic Forum. I'm not saying this, they are saying it. So what is the message here? That despite having all the disruptions by AI, all upheavals, all jobs के ऊपर जो खतरा मंडराता रहता है, सब कुछ all said and done, but still there are human elements involved, right? And only humans can fulfill that requirement. Computers, AI can never do that, right? But are we focusing on those human elements? No. We are after the AI systems. How to generate good prompts. I'm not saying that that is not required, it is, but the primary part should be the human agency inside. And the problem is that the academicians, researchers, and all industry people, right, they will just they will just drop a single line that okay, human agency is there, right, the human oversight is there, fine, everything is there, but my gentle submission is that are we developing the human agency inside us? If the answer is yes, then okay, but in most of the places answer is no. Most of the focus is on the AI and technology, right? And the problem is that the people, including me, right, who have spoken till now, right, you don't know, this will be outdated within 1 month and some new truth will emerge. Yes or no? This is the problem. So what is needed? The human element, it never gets stale. कभी भी वो बासी नहीं होगा, आप देखिएगा. Since time immemorial, these things were in demand. And again, in AI era, people are more talking about this. But people are just talking actually. Nobody is practicing. So that's why UGC is also, saying that, okay, IKS, Indian knowledge system, so that it becomes part of the agenda of the dominant discourse. ताकि इस बारे में कुछ बात तो हो, तो हमारे एंशियंट स्क्रिप्चर्स हैं, राइट, उनमें जितने भी नॉलेज है, हाउ इट कैन बी यूज टू इनकलकेट दीज 4 क्वालिटीज़, WEF. कुछ भी चीज़ आपस में डिस्कनेक्टेड नहीं है. मेरी हम्बल सबमिशन है ये आपको. नथिंग इज डिस्कनेक्टेड इन दिस वर्ल्ड. It's only our myopic or mycopic, whatever you call it. It's a view that we are not able to see that, right? So island approach is not recommended. AI is also one of the technology. Well, I had noted down some points. The respected speakers have already done that. But the most useful benefit of AI, according to me, is the summarization, right? Because there is so much information you are not able to read, because cognition has got the limited power and the processing power, right? So now what is needed? Precise summary. And you see, recently most of the tools now, for example, Notebook LM, it's a very good tool from Google, right? It summarizes very nicely, right? Everything it summarizes so nicely. You be it the YouTube video, links, PDF files, blah blah blah, so many things, right? So that you can comprehend that, right? And you can make it part of your long-term memory, right? All the AI applications and the technology we are using, it is benefiting our short-term memory, because you don't remember the yesterday's message, right, on the WhatsApp and all the text which you generated from AI. But psychology says, and I'm speaking with some authority, I'm a clinical psychologist also, psychology says that at the time of crisis, please listen carefully, at the time of crisis, your brain will automatically shift to the long-term memory. Now, long-term memory is not that much rich, because we have not been putting our attention on a particular text or the information. अगर एक चीज़ को आप 5 मिनट तक पढ़ लेंगे ध्यान लगा के, it will shift into the long term memory, right? If you read something on a flick of a second, this is a short term memory. Short term memory रात को सोई ख़त्म सुबह. And at the time of crisis means where you are supposed to perform interview, right? Job, presentations like this on anywhere else, right? Where you are supposed to perform, brain will automatically shift to the long term memory without your knowledge, because actions are there. And this is precisely the reasons our students, despite having best of their capabilities at Genji, they are not able to perform, because they are short term memory people, not long term memory people, right? So it is recommended, highly recommended rather. I mean, as far as I am concerned, I rely on the AI summarize tools more than the AI applications itself, because by the time you pass out from here, these tools will miss, they will disappear and something new will come. But you can orient those tools within 1 day or 2 days now, right? So, I mean, according to me, more stress should be given on some organic skills, right? Organic skills means जो आपके अंदर already हैं, how to make, you know, sense of the information through summary and put it in the long term memory so that it can be retrieved later on. Otherwise, you will be hypotheting all our power to these AI systems, and gradually, see, the cognition part will suffer. हम लोग कुछ सोच नहीं पाएंगे. So, I mean, with these words, I put end to my with the final sentence. So, I am a Python teacher. I teach Python. You know what is Python? अजगर होता है Python है, आप सबको पता है, हाँ. But you will be surprised to know I don't know even a single line of code in Python. Thank you so much. All thanks to AI, and we'll do that in a master class. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Eagerly waiting for your masterclass. We're delighted to share that several of our esteemed international speakers have sent their warm wishes and insightful messages for ICAN7. Their words not only reflect global collaboration and academic dialogue, but also set the stage for their participation in the upcoming plenary session too. Let's have a look.
Hello everyone, my name is Jatin Srivastava. I'm a professor at Ohio University EW Scripps School of Journalism. I'm also the president of the South Asia Communication Association. I've been involved with organizing of ICAN series of conferences since its very inception, as a partner and as a collaborator, as a presenter and as a panelist. And it gives me great pleasure to see the kind of innovation this conference has fostered over the period of years, and also to see the kind of academic communities it has been able to engage. My best wishes to the organizers, and thank you very much for inviting me to this conference.
I extend my sincere compliments to the organizing committee, and in particular to Professor Dr. Parul Mehra, head of DME Media School, for her exemplary leadership in curating this timely and relevant conference. The theme, Artificial Intelligence, its uses and ethics in media, raises vital questions about the future of journalism and mass communication. As educators and scholars, our role is to guide students not only as skilled professionals but as responsible thinkers. To all participants, especially emerging researchers, I extend my best wishes. May this conference inspire rigorous inquiry and meaningful exchange of ideas. Thank you once again.
Hello everyone, and welcome to ICAN7. I'm looking forward to all the information and the ideas that are going to be exchanged in the next couple of days. My name is Stephen Dick. I'm coming to you from Louisiana, in the southern part of the United States, right on the Gulf Coast. This is an exciting time to be in the media studies. Things are happening, things are changing. We should all be aware of what's going on. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate your time and appreciate being a part of this great group.
My name is Ngozi Okpara, and I work at School of Media and Communications. Pan-Atlantic University, Lagos, Nigeria. And I'd like to welcome you to this August occasion, the 7th ICAN International Conference. So starting today, I thank you for being part of this, and I can assure you that as a member of the advisory board, that a lot of things are put in place to ensure a rewarding experience. And I can assure you that you are going to have a lot of opportunities to learn and unlearn and relearn. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this conference. Bye.
We're delighted to welcome Professor Dr. Ambrish Saxena, a distinguished media academician and practitioner currently associated with the Faculty of Design and Arts at South Asian University. With decades of experience in journalism, media education, and authorship, Dr. Saxena has been guiding forces for countless media students and professionals, including me. His intellectual contributions and leadership in academic and industry forum makes his presence at ICAN7 truly enriching. Notably, Dr. Saxena played a pivotal role in conceptualizing and launching the ICAN conference series, which began in 2018. Give a huge round of applause, everyone, for Dr. Saxena. Sir, please kindly grace us with your words.
My colleagues on the dais, Professor Surbhi Daya, Professor Umesh Arya, Professor Tajit Sabharwal, Dr. Parul Mehra, Director General DME, Justice Bhavar Singh, and Ravi Mishra. So it's indeed a matter of pleasure to come back to DME, and that too in ICAN. It was conceived, in fact, at a time when I was not even part of DME. Dr. Susmita Wala was here heading the department. But then I had my own ideas to conceive a conference which is with some difference, because in academic field, a lot of conferences happen every year in Delhi, in other parts of India, and in different parts of the globe. But then the whole concept was to bring everybody to the domain of research, and particularly if we talk about DME Media School, we offer here only the undergraduate program. So there is no master's program, no PhD program, and in such a case, handling anything related to research becomes difficult. So, but then we tried to do this wherein the students got involved, and they also started writing the papers, though we had some difference of opinion on this, because right from the beginning we had the partners like UNESCO, like IIMC, Makanlal Chaturvedi University, the Ohio University, the Deakin University. So all these partners were there. And there was a difference of opinion among our colleagues in Deakin University. They said that we will not partner with if you if you keep on getting the papers written by undergraduate students, because that reduces the importance of research. So maybe, I mean, everybody has a freedom to have his or her opinion, but my take is this, that if we do not make these things learn at the initial level, at the entry level, then obviously at the master's and the PG level and the research PhD level, it becomes difficult. So research is some such thing which has to be taught at the initial level, at the undergraduate level. Now, over the years, this is history now. We did this whole ICAN at different levels. We had the collaborative mode 8 years back, which is very much being talked about today, to the extent that we started having ICAN at different locations, here in Manav Rachna University, then in Makanlal Chaturvedi University. So the conference was roaming around from one city to another and then from one country to another. That kind of model also we introduced. The last one, the 6th edition, we had the initial part in Makanlal Chaudhurivedi University, Bhopal, and the valedictory in Daffodil University, Dhaka. So many of us traveled to Dhaka. Ashish ji was there with us, who traveled to Dhaka and had the valedictory there. So the important point is that in any such conference, and then we also saw the COVID period, wherein the conference was scheduled in March, exactly in the same week, 2020, when COVID struck. And we did not know what to do. We waited, I waited. I was hopeful that it's a matter of 1 month or 2 months, but I proved wrong. That continued. Ultimately, we shifted everything to online. That was our first experience to online, and we organized it for 10 days. 10 days online from morning till evening, it succeeded. So we repeated the model in 2021. 2021 again was a period badly affected by COVID. But we continued with that, and then rest is history. So the point is that any such exercise which is done by educational institutions, which is different from entertainment, which is different from recreation. Obviously, those things are equally important, and that is also taken care of in any education institution. And here in DME, we were organizing that International Film Festival, SIFI, very successfully, to the extent that we were getting even more than 3,000 films at one point of time. But then academic rigor is something which students, and not only students, because when we organize a conference, the teachers should also understand this. If that is there right from the beginning, because the young teachers who start their career as an assistant professor at any point of time, they must understand that in an educational institution, besides education and other things, they must also understand the importance of research. And coming to the theme, my esteemed colleagues have spoken a lot on that. I agree with many things, disagree with many things, but I can simply tell you this without going deep into the subject, that media is all about technology, right? And I very strongly believe in this because I am a person who started career in journalism, which when there used to be only rotary machine, and then all offset machine came much later. So that transformation I have seen. The transformation in radio broadcasting I have seen, from transmitters to satellite broadcasting and back to transmission-based radio broadcasting in India. In television also I have seen, and when I was in the university, I was among those people who were opposing the arrival of computer, thinking that this will take away all jobs. After that, I have witnessed, we all have witnessed, internet came, then now this AI came. So these technological innovations keep on happening. And the society will definitely grow with the advancement in technology, but sticking myself to media alone, media will grow along with advancement in technology. And there are no challenges. Challenges are there. Challenges is like we have to adjust with those changing tools which are there. Because when we talk about media, I broadly divide into two areas. One is content, another is transmission, the technology part. So always, right from 1780 to Hickey's Gazette till date, whatever technology has come, content part has always been very important. And what for we need technology? We need technology to take those content to the end users, whether it's satellite, whether it's transmitter, whether it's printing technology. Now with the AI, what kind of change I can foresee, or the change that is happening? We find it as a very new technology without understanding that AI has already entered into our lives long back. It's not a matter that this is technology is coming today. Even in the news organizations, when I was working in Z, way back in, 8 years back in 2017, Subhash Chandra held a meeting and then set up a core committee to look into how AI can help in the whole integration of the newsroom, and that is how this whole integrated newsroom was set up in 2017. So now it's 8 years. So this means the technology is to grow. Many more applications, many more tools are yet to come. So we should be prepared for that. No technology takes away job. The only thing which I am concerned is that it should not, any technology, and particularly talking about AI, it should not take away your thinking capability. Because machine, whatever machine can do, it cannot turn you into a thinker. So your mental faculties have to be such wherein not only you receive information, you dissect information, you add that information to your knowledge, to your cognition level, but you must be a thinking person. In fact, the whole objective of education is to turn a student into a thinking person. So I completely agree with what Dr. Umesh Arya said, that we have to be such wherein the long-term memory is always there. If you ask me at this point of time, any development that would have happened in the country right from 1970 to 2025, I can instantly answer without making use of any technology. Any political development of the last 50 years, any economic development, any international development that would have happened, I can answer right now without having any access to any technology. So that should not go away. We should not let these things go away with so much dependence on technology, wherein immediately we get access to some information, the next moment we forget about that. So that is also not good for the health of the country, for the health of the academics, for the health of knowledge. So that's the only concern. If we take care of that, any technology is good because it will help you in going forward, in leading forward. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Last but not the least, let's welcome Mr. Ravi Mishra, Deputy News Editor and Senior Anchor at TV9 Bharatvarsh. A seasoned journalist with years of experience in the newsroom, Mr. Mishra is known for his sharp reporting, engaging on-screen presence, and deep understanding of current affairs. Sir, as Tarjeet ma'am mentioned the data in the newsroom, please summarize it for us. How true is it? Or how are they using AI that much or not?
नारद मुनि को जब उनके ज्ञान और ब्रह्मचर्य का अहंकार हुआ, घमंड हुआ, तो विष्णु भगवान ने सोचा कि इसका इलाज करते हैं, क्योंकि ये कहते हैं कि अहंकार भगवान का भोजन है, भगवान खा जाते हैं किसी के भी अहंकार को। तो विष्णु भगवान ने माया रची और मोहिनी की रचना की। मोहिनी जो कि पूरे ब्रह्मांड में सबसे सुंदर थी, कोई भी देख के उस पर मोहित हुए बिना रह नहीं सकता था। नारद मुनि भी देखा उन्होंने और मूर्छित हो गए। इतनी खूबसूरत, इतनी सुंदर थी मोहिनी। बेचारे आए विष्णु भगवान के पास और कहा कि मुझे तो बस अब मोहिनी ही चाहिए। उन्होंने कहा, अरे नारद जी, आप ब्रह्मचारी हैं, आप महर्षि हैं, आप नहीं, अब मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए, मैं इस स्त्री के प्रेम में हूं और मुझे तो बस मोहिनी ही चाहिए। तो मुझे आप अपने जैसी शक्ल दे दीजिए, क्योंकि वहां स्वयंवर हो रहा है और आपसे सुंदर पुरुष इस संसार में, इस ब्रह्मांड में नहीं है। तो विष्णु भगवान ने उन्हें बंदर की शक्ल दे दी, उनका चेहरा वानर का बना दिया। अब नारद जी स्वयंवर में पहुंच जाते हैं और उछल उछल के मोहिनी के सामने आ जाते हैं बार बार कि मोहिनी कैसे भी देख ले, मेरी शक्ल तो विष्णु भगवान की है, एक बार देखेगी मूर्छित वो भी हो जाएगी और वरमाला मेरे गले में डाल देगी। वो देख ही नहीं रही थी मोहिनी। नारद जी इधर जाएं उधर जाएं, मोहिनी इधर देखे उधर देखे, अंत में विष्णु भगवान वहां मौजूद थे। मोहिनी ने उनके गले में वरमाला डाल दी। नारद जी बहुत दुखे हुए जाके शीशे में चेहरा देखा तो देखा यार ये तो बंदर बना दिया इन्होंने, बहुत क्रोधित हुए और विष्णु भगवान के पास गए और उनको श्राप दिया कि आपकी वजह से मैं एक स्त्री के वियोग में पीड़ा में हूं और आपने मेरा इतना उपहास किया, मैं आपको श्राप देता हूं कि आप मानव का जन्म लेंगे धरती पर और इसी तरह स्त्री वियोग में आप रोएंगे बिलखेंगे जैसे मैं आज रो रहा हूं। और इस तरह से भगवान विष्णु ने राम का अवतार लिया और सीता के वियोग में रोते रहे, जंगल जंगल भटकते रहे। नारद मुनि ने यह भी कहा कि जब आप थक जाएंगे, हार जाएंगे, तो यही वानर आएगा और आपको मदद करेगा और आपकी स्त्री को आप तक पहुंचाएगा। वो कौन थे हम सभी जानते हैं, बजरंगबली। अगर माइथोलॉजिकल इंटरप्रिटेशन की बात करें तो मैं कैसे देखता हूं नारद मुनि को, अगर आप शायद हमारे यहां मंच पर उपस्थित सभी लोग जानते होंगे, नारद मुनि को पहला पत्रकार कहा जाता है इस ब्रह्मांड का, क्योंकि ब्रह्मांड में सूचना इधर से उधर तीनों लोकों में वही पहुंचा सकते थे, वही पहुंचाते थे। और पहला एआई क्रिएटर अगर कोई है तो विष्णु भगवान है, क्योंकि माया की रचना वही करते थे। तो रामायण का सारा लोचा एआई और पत्रकारों ने मिलकर रचा था, मेरी समझ में तो यही आया क्योंकि उन्होंने मोहिनी की रचना की और फिर ब्रह्मा जी ने श्राप दिया। देखिए यहां पर एआई की बातें हो रही हैं और हम रियल मीडिया से जुड़े हुए लोग हैं, तो हम डे टू डे चैलेंजेस हमारे सामने कंटेंट से लेकर उसके फिल्टरेशन से लेकर उसके एडिटोरियल जजमेंट से लेकर हर चीज़ हमारे सामने है और हम उस चीज़ को एक्सरसाइज कर रहे हैं, एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं, फील कर रहे हैं और आपके सामने लेकर भी आ रहे हैं। तो ऐसे में सवाल बहुत सारे हमारे सामने भी हैं, वो सारी चिंताएं हमारे सामने भी हैं। नौकरी की बात है तो मैं आपको बताऊं, एआई आने के पहले भी मीडिया में लोग नौकरियां खूब छोड़ते हैं और खूब पकड़ते हैं। तो आई मीन देयर आर सो मेनी अदर रीजंस डिस्पाइट एआई। एआई इज जस्ट अ पार्ट, एक टेक्नोलॉजी है जो हमारी तरफ धीरे धीरे बढ़ रहा है। इसके पहले जब गूगल आया था तो हम बहुत अचंभित थे, अरे गूगल में कुछ भी डालो, गूगल तो गुरु है, हम गुरुओं के बीच हैं तो यहाँ हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है। लेकिन गूगल गुरु जब आए तो गूगल ने तो पूरा नॉलेज, रिसर्च, सब कुछ, हर चीज़ का दरवाज़ा खोल दिया। तो एआई इज समथिंग दैट इज अ काइंड ऑफ एडवांस वर्जन ऑफ दैट टेक्नोलॉजी। अब रह गई बात कि जैसा हमने कहा कि मीडिया में एआई और उसके एडवांटेजेस क्या हैं, उसके चैलेंजेस क्या हैं। तो एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल मैं आपको देता हूं। जैसे एआई एंकर की बात हो रही है, मैं न्यूज़ एंकर हूं, तो उस लिहाज से मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूं। जी न्यूज़ में जब मैं था तो बजट के दिन पूरे दिन सेशन चलता है, तो आप स्टूडियो में जाते हैं और फिर एंटायर डे आप इवनिंग डे लेट नाइट तक निकलते हैं, ब्रेक मिलता नहीं है, खाने को मिलता नहीं है, लगातार डेवलपमेंट चलती रहती है, एनालिसिस चलता रहता है। तो मेरे पीसीआर में मैंने बोला कि अगर छोटा कोई ब्रेक हो तो कुछ खाने को दे दो, ये तो जीवित एंकर है, इसको तो भूख लगेगी। तो उसने कहा मैं ना आपके लिए समोसा भिजवाता हूँ, अभी ब्रेक है 5 मिनट का, एक स्टोरी हम चला रहे हैं 5 मिनट की, तब तक कुछ भी ऑन एयर नहीं जाएगा, आप खा लेना, तब तक थोड़ी तो एनर्जी आ जाएगी। मैंने ठीक है, वेरी गुड, भिजवा दिया उस बेचारे ने। मैंने खाना शुरू ही किया था, अभी आधा बाइट लेके अभी गर्दन तक ही पहुंचा था, तब तक कोई टेक्निकल ग्लिच हो गया। उसने कहा हमारे पास कुछ भी ऑन एयर काटने को नहीं है, वी आर कमिंग टू यू। और उसने मुझे ऑन एयर रख दिया। आप सोचो मेरे मुंह के अंदर आधा समोसा है, मैं ब्रेक तक नहीं बोल पा रहा हूं। आई वॉज लाइक स्टक। ब्रेक कैसे बोला मुझे कुछ नहीं पता, बट उसने दिखा के फिर ब्रेक ले लिया। एआई होता तो ये दिक्कत नहीं आती। एआई को ना समोसा खाना है, ना उसको भूख लगनी है, जितनी देर पढ़ाना है पढ़ा लो, कोई टेंशन नहीं है, सारी न्यूज़ वो बोल सकता है। बट इस ह्यूमर के अलावा अगर सीरियसली अगर देखें तो मेरी दृष्टि में एआई की जो चुनौतियां हैं, खासकर मैं ब्रॉडकास्ट जर्नलिज्म से हूँ, डिजिटल है, प्रिंट है, और जब हम मीडिया की बात करते हैं तो हम फिल्मों को क्यों भूल जाते हैं जहाँ पर एआई का बहुत ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल हो रहा है। हम ये रील क्रिएशन की दुनिया को क्यों भूल जाते हैं जहाँ पर उसका बहुत ज़्यादा प्रयोग हो रहा है। और सबसे ज़्यादा हैंडी है ये आम लोगों के, आप लोगों के हाथ में है, जिसमें आप एआई टूल यूज़ कर रहे हैं। दैट इज़ ऑल्सो मीडिया। व्हेन वी से मीडिया, मीडिया इज़ नॉट जस्ट अबाउट जर्नलिज्म, इट्स ऑल अबाउट मीडियम। तो आप देखिए कि कोई लड़की बन के कॉल करता है वॉइस चेंज करके और लाखों से लाखों की ठगी कर लेता है। सरकार इतने बड़े बड़े ऐड चला रही है कि ऐसे धोखाधड़ी वाले कॉल से बचिए। प्रधानमंत्री जब कहते हैं कि डीप फेक से बचिए और किसी एक्ट्रेस का वीडियो आ जाता है डीप फेक का उसी समय, और आप सभी देखते हैं और हैरान रह जाते हैं। तो ये भी तो मीडिया है, यहाँ भी उस तरह की चीज़ें हैं और उससे बचने की ज़रूरत है। आई मीन, if it's a threat, then it's a threat to everybody, and if it is an advantage, it is an advantage to everyone. मैं ये सोचता हूं कि भारत की आबादी 140 करोड़ है, इतने सारे लोग हैं, फिर हमें मशीनों की क्या जरूरत, इतने हाथ हैं, इन्हीं को काम दो। इट्स अ थॉट प्रोसेस, और ये आज की लड़ाई नहीं है। धरती पर जब से मशीन आई तब से ये लड़ाई, ये बहस चल रही है कि इंसानों का काम इंसान करे, मशीन का काम मशीन करे, टेक्नोलॉजी के काम टेक्नोलॉजी करे, इंसान का काम वो न छीने। फैक्ट्रियां लगी तब भी विरोध हुए कि कामगारों का क्या होगा। जब मशीनें आई भारत के अंदर तब भी ये बहस छिड़ी, और ये पॉलिटिकल बहस, सोशल बहस, इंटेलेक्चुअल बहस, हर जगह ये बहस थी, सामाजिक बहस थी कि क्यों हम मशीनों को लाएं जब हमारे पास हाथ से काम करने वाले लोग हैं, उनका रोजगार क्यों छीने। कम टू द कंप्यूटर एज, जब कंप्यूटर आता है तब भी यही बहस, जैसा कि सर ने कहा, ये बहस चली तब भी कि कंप्यूटर्स आएंगे, और तो और हमारे समय के अंकल लोगों ने तो विरोध कर दिया सरकारी दफ्तरों में कि हम काम नहीं करेंगे। ऐसा हुआ है। वो भी एक दौर था जब आप रजिस्टर पे अटेंडेंस बना के आराम से चाय पीने निकल जाते थे। आज भी एक दौर है जब आपको बायोमेट्रिक्स यूज करना पड़ता है। एंड लेट मी टेल यू, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की मिनिस्ट्रीज में, ये सेंट्रल सेक्रेटेरिएट में बायोमेट्रिक्स का विरोध हुआ था 2014 में, जब बायोमेट्रिक्स को इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया कि अब ये रजिस्टर पे अटेंडेंस ना बना के एवरीवन हैज टू डू द बायोमेट्रिक्स अटेंडेंस। उसका भी विरोध हुआ यहाँ कि नहीं, ये नहीं चलेगा, वो ह्यूमन स्पेस किल कर रहा है। चाहे वो छुट्टी मार देने की हो, बंक मारने का हो। जैसे आप लोग पुराने ज़माने में कॉलेज में तो बंक मारना बहुत आसान था, घर वालों को कुछ भी बोल के कहीं चले जाए। अब थोड़ा ये मुश्किल हो गया है, इट्स जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी। मैं सिर्फ इतना कह रहा हूं कि ये बहस बहुत लंबी है कि क्या ह्यूमन को रिप्लेस करेगा। आई हैव अ सबमिशन कि परफेक्शन इज अ क्वेस्ट एंड टू एयर इज ह्यूमन। परफेक्शन जो है वो मशीन कर सकता है, मतलब अगर हमने एक मशीन को बना दिया, इस तरह से डिजाइन कर दिया, या एआई को इस तरह से डिजाइन कर दिया कि वो इसी एल्गोरिथम में डेटा को फिल्टर करके आपके सामने दे, आप उसके सामने डेटा रखते जाइए, वो फिल्टर करता जाएगा। इंसान नहीं करेगा, इंसान अगर कर भी ले तो गलतियां करेगा। यही इंसान की खूबी है, गलतियां करना। इसी गलती करने के स्पेस ने उसको यहां तक पहुंचाया है। अगर हम भी परफेक्ट होते तो हम कोई प्रयास नहीं करते। अगर हम परफेक्ट हो जाएं तो ऑलमोस्ट वी आर इक्वल टू द गॉड, बिकॉज परफेक्शन इज देयर ओनली ऑलमाइटी। और फिर मशीनों में है, तो मशीन या एआई है, ये प्रोग्राम है। अब आते हैं हम मेरे प्रोफेशन में कि एंकर आ गए एआई के, और न्यूज़ रूम के अंदर क्या एआई को लेकर एनवायरनमेंट है। सो लेट मी पुट दिस थिंग इन अ सीक्वेंस कि एआई को लेकर कंटेंट जनरेशन से लेकर उसके प्रेजेंटेशन तक में कहां कहां हमें चुनौतियां हैं और कहां कहां हमें मदद है, उससे शायद आपको ये बात और अच्छे से समझ में भी आए। पहली जो चीज है वो है इंफॉर्मेशन। एक पत्रकार पत्राचार का काम नहीं करता है। ये नहीं कि मैं चिट्ठियां यहां से वहां पहुंचा रहा हूं, हमारा काम उससे बियॉन्ड है। तो सबसे पहली जो चीज होती है डेटा, जानकारी, इंफॉर्मेशन, वो एआई हमें प्रोवाइड करा रहा है न्यूज़ रूम के अंदर। दैट्स अ फैक्ट। बहुत से आप चैट जीटीपी की बात की इन्होंने, या फिर अब तो व्हाट्सएप में भी जो एआई टूल एसोसिएटेड है उससे भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें निकल जाती हैं। तो एक चीज़, तो इससे पहला अफेक्टेड सेगमेंट हमारे डिपार्टमेंट में क्या हुआ, वो लोग जो रिसर्च करते थे। एक डिपार्टमेंट होता है हर मीडिया में, रिसर्च डिपार्टमेंट, उसमें लोग डेटा रिसर्च करते हैं, उसको फिल्टर करते हैं, एनालाइज करते हैं, फिर वो आउटपुट की या प्रोडक्शन टीम को देते हैं कि यू कैन यूज इट। तो पहला खतरा कहाँ गया, उस जगह पे। दूसरा कंटेंट राइटिंग को लेकर कि जब स्क्रिप्ट लिखते हैं, अगर एआई हमारा एक फॉर्मेट में स्क्रिप्ट देना शुरू करे तो जो लोग स्क्रिप्ट लिखते हैं उनके सामने एक चैलेंज है। तीसरा चैलेंज है ग्राफिक्स के, जो लोग डिज़ाइन करते थे, जिनमें वो काफ़ी बैठ के दिमाग लगाते थे, एआई ग्राफिक्स को ऐसे जनरेट करता है विद इन सेकेंड्स। आप डिटेल डालिए और एक अभी के हिसाब से मोटा मोटी ग्राफिक्स आपको वो दे देता है, जिसको आप यूज़ करते हैं। और खासकर जो रील बनाने वाले लोग हैं वो उसको बहुत यूज़ करते हैं। हम तो अभी नहीं यूज़ कर रहे हैं उस तरह से, लेकिन जो रील फैक्ट्री है इंडिया की, वन ऑफ द लार्जेस्ट फैक्ट्री इन दिस कंट्री, जो रील बनाने की फैक्ट्री है, घर घर में कुटीर उद्योग जो खुला हुआ है, तो वो सबसे ज़्यादा इसका इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, हर व्यक्ति उसमें एक्सपर्ट होता जा रहा है, क्योंकि इसमें आपको कोई ऑफिशियल ट्रेनिंग की ज़रूरत नहीं है, आपको डीएमई में आके पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है रील बनाने के लिए। यू आर सेल्फ सफिशिएंट, आप एक्सप्लोर करिए एआई टूल्स को, आप बना सकते हैं। एक चैलेंज आ रहा है कि जो हमारे सामने वॉइस का इशू है ब्रॉडकास्ट मीडिया में, क्योंकि वॉइस एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो बहुत ही पर्टिकुलर है, मेरी आवाज़, बट उसका भी समाधान हो गया है। बॉलीवुड में अरिजीत के गाने किशोर कुमार की आवाज़ में हम सुनते हैं, और रफ़ी के गाने हम आज दूसरों की आवाज़ में सुनते हैं, लता मंगेशकर के गाने सुनते हैं, पुराने 200 साल पुरानी पिक्चर्स जो है वो भी अब एआई के थ्रू जो है वो एक्टिव होकर आपको मूवमेंट करती नज़र आती है। हम तो उस जनरेशन के लोग हैं, हम जब पढ़ते थे तो हम तो जुरासिक पार्क में स्टीवन स्पीलबर्ग के डायनासोर देख के डर गए थे, और ये क्या कमाल है। बट अब तो बहुत मामला आगे जा चुका है। तो एक और एंकर 5वें नंबर पे आता है, और रिपोर्टर तो आता ही नहीं। रिपोर्टर का रिप्लेसमेंट एआई है ही नहीं, क्योंकि ग्राउंड पे जाके जमीन से खबर निकालना वो रिपोर्टर का काम है, उसको अभी एआई रिप्लेस नहीं कर सकता। एंकर 5वें नंबर पे आता है, लेकिन हाँ, सबके सामने थोड़ा थोड़ा करके ये चैलेंजेस आए हैं। अब सवाल ये है कि ये हमारे लिए हथियार है, टूल है, या फिर ये हमारे लिए एक सुविधा है। क्लाशनिकोव जिन्होंने AK-47 बनाया, रशियन, उन्हीं के बेस्ड, उनके मॉडल पे बेस्ड ये गन बनी थी, और जब पूरी दुनिया में वर्ल्ड वॉर सेकेंड हो जाने के बाद उनसे पूछा गया तो उन्होंने कहा कि मुझे दुख है कि मैंने ये हथियार बनाया, क्योंकि उससे पूरी दुनिया में इतनी हत्याएं हुई, इतना वायलेंस हुआ जिसकी उन्होंने कल्पना नहीं की थी। उन्होंने बनाया था कि इससे देश की रक्षा होगी, बट व्हाट हैपेंड। तो जहां तक आप एआई की बात करते हैं, एआई के एरा में आकर बात करते हैं, तो ये बहुत ही स्वाभाविक है कि तकनीक का प्रयोग करने वाला कौन है। ह्यूमन रिप्लेसमेंट की जो बात हो रही है, मैं आपको एक चीज बता रहा हूं कि मीडिया में, जर्नलिज्म में जो एडिटोरियल डिसीजंस हैं वो कभी भी कोई दूसरा ले नहीं सकता। वो हमेशा एक व्यक्ति लेगा, एक इंसान लेगा, एक वो व्यक्ति लेगा जो इसके हर पहलू को फील करता है। चाहे वो एआई रोबोट्स हों, वो चाहे एआई सॉफ्टवेयर हों, वो उस चीज़ को फील नहीं करेगा। उसको जिस तरीके से प्रोग्राम किया गया है वो उस तरीके से फैक्ट्स रखेगा। तो लीडरशिप दैट कैन नॉट बी रिप्लेस्ड फॉर नाउ, आगे का मैं नहीं जानता, आने वाले समय में कुछ भी असंभव नहीं है। तो ये हमेशा गुंजाइश बनी रहेगी कि जहाँ जहाँ ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन है मीडिया में, वहाँ वहाँ एआई का रोल लिमिटेड हो जाता है। अब एक बात आ गई कि एआई जो डेटा हमें देता है, मैं आपसे एक एग्जांपल शेयर करना चाहूँगा ग्रॉक का, जो कि आपके ट्विटर के साथ एआई अटैच्ड है, ग्रॉक। तो ग्रॉक, अच्छा हमारे भारत में क्या है ना, हर चीज़ खेल बन जाती है, एवरीथिंग इज लाइक अ प्लेइंग टूल फॉर एवरीबॉडी। अब ग्रॉक को बनाया जिसने भी, उसने सोचा कि जो सोशल मीडिया पर डेटा है उसको फिल्टर करके एक लैंग्वेज फॉर्मेट में, एक एल्गोरिथम में हम इंफॉर्मेशन देंगे। लोगों ने उसके साथ खेल कर, अरे ग्रॉक भैया ये बताइए सुबह नाश्ता किया कि नहीं। तो ग्रॉक का उधर से आता है एआई का कि भैया चाय नाश्ता किया है, बिस्किट खाया है, आपने क्या खाया। इस इमोशन में बह के मैंने भी ग्रॉक से पूछा, भैया भोजपुरी बोले लगा, उससे मैंने भोजपुरी पूछा, तो ग्रॉक ने उसका एक टूटे फूटे लैंग्वेज में आंसर दिया, कहा कि नहीं मैं नहीं बोलता हूं, लेकिन मैं सीख सकता हूं। छठे थ्रेड में ग्रॉक मेरे जैसी भोजपुरी बोलने लगा। ये है उसकी लर्निंग कैपेसिटी एआई की। मतलब अपार्ट फ्रॉम जोक्स, कि छठे थ्रेड में वो बोलने लगा, वो फिर डेटा देने लगा, कुछ डेटा सही कुछ गलत, क्योंकि परसेप्शन जो वो देता है या आइडियोलॉजिकल जो भी चीज़ें रख रहा था ग्रॉक, वो सोशल मीडिया पे जो फ्लडेड है उसी से छांट के रख रहा था। तो मेरी नज़र में एआई में अभी एक दिक्कत ये भी आ रही है उसके डेटा में कि वो किस गली से गुजर रहा है, किस गली से वो एआई टूल गुजर रहा है। मतलब डिजिटल संसार इतना बड़ा है, अगर आप लोहार के जो दुकानें होती हैं, लोहे का सामान जहां मिलता है, मतलब वहां से आप जा रहे हो तो आपको ज़्यादातर वही सामान मिलेगा जो टूल्स हो गए। सब्जी बाजार में जाओगे तो सब्जियां ज़्यादा मिलेंगी। तो सोशल मीडिया पे इंफॉर्मेशन का फ्लड किस तरफ से ज़्यादा है उसी चीज़ को वो फिल्टर करके दे रहा था ग्रॉक। एक चीज़ मुझे उसमें कमी नज़र आई, क्योंकि ऑफ कोर्स हर तरह की इंफॉर्मेशन हर लेवल पे अवेलेबल नहीं है। किसी सेक्शन से ज़्यादा है, किसी सेक्शन से कम है, किसी आइडियोलॉजी की ज़्यादा है, किसी आइडियोलॉजी की कम है। तो डेफिनेटली उसके पास कोई ह्यूमन टूल तो नहीं है इंफॉर्मेशन का, उसके पास जो डेटा अवेलेबल है उसी को एनालाइज करके देता है। तो ये एक चीज़ वहाँ पे दिक्कत आई कि अगर उसको होल सोल मान के कोई भी व्यक्ति अपनी स्क्रिप्ट लिखता है या रिपोर्ट करता है या न्यूज़ देता है, देन देयर माइट बी अ ट्रबल। यहाँ पे हम आते हैं, यहाँ पे ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन आता है कि वो उसको ठीक करेगा, वो उसमें दखल देगा, उसको लगेगा कि कहाँ गलत है कहाँ सही है, तो उसको ठीक करेगा। एक तो ये बड़ा फर्क मुझे अभी भी दिख रहा है। आपके लिए क्या चैलेंज है? कल को आप जाएंगे जॉब में, जैसा कि मैम ने कहा कि आने वाले समय में हो सकता है कि एंट्री लेवल पे ये इशू आए और जो स्टैब्लिश्ड लोग हैं उनके साथ ये दिक्कत ना हो। मेरा अपना मानना है कि ये बातें हमेशा होती रहती हैं, इस चीज़ को उस तरह से देखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। वही बात है कि सीखना बंद तो जीतना बंद। आपके समय में जो टेक्नोलॉजी, अगर आप उसको सीखते नहीं हैं तो फिर आप जीतेंगे नहीं। हमारे समय में जो थी, हमसे पहले जो थी, उन लोगों ने उस ज़माने में जो टेक्नोलॉजी सीखी, तो इसको अवॉइड करने की जगह इसको सीखें और इसका बेहतर इस्तेमाल करें। मेरा सिंपल कहना इस मामले में यही है, मैं हमेशा ये बात कहता हूँ और जहाँ भी जाता हूँ ये बात कहता हूँ कि हमारा फील्ड, मीडिया फील्ड, सिर्फ और सिर्फ जॉब नहीं है, सिर्फ प्रोफेशन नहीं है। ये एक बहुत ही अलग तरीके का काम है जिसमें हमें सिर्फ टूल्स और मशीनों को सिर्फ टूल्स और मशीन की तरह इस्तेमाल करना है। उस प्रोफेशन में जो बैठा इंसान है, अगर वो भी मशीन बन जाएगा तो एवरीथिंग विल बी डेड। तब शायद पत्रकार और मशीन में, मीडिया कर्मी में और मशीन में कोई अंतर नहीं रह जाएगा। तो उसको जीवित रखने का एक ही तरीका है कि आप अपनी बुद्धि, अपने सोचने का तरीका, अपना लॉजिक डेवलप करें। यही आपको इंसान बनाता है। जैसे मैंने बोला ना कि परफेक्शन एक क्वेस्ट है, उसके लिए हम भागते रहते, होता नहीं है। उसी प्रोसेस में हम ग्रो करते हैं। ये रिसर्च टूल जितने हैं आज, एआई, ये क्या है? ये एक परफेक्शन के क्वेस्ट का, उसको चेज करने का नतीजा है। किसी ज़माने में कंप्यूटर आया, इंटरनेट आया, गूगल आया, देन हम एआई के इस स्टेज पे आए हैं, इसके एडवांस स्टेज पे जाएंगे। परफेक्शन एक लगातार प्रोसेस है और हम इंसान तो गलती करेंगे ही। सारी दिक्कत है कि ये कंट्रोल जिसके हाथ में है, ये किसी मशीन के हाथ में नहीं है, अभी भी ह्यूमन के हाथ में है। तो मीडिया में आप सब देख रहे हैं कि जो भी ओनरशिप है वो चाहती है कि नई चीज़ें लाएं और ह्यूमन को लेस इन्वॉल्व करें, हम टेक्नोलॉजी पे हो। लेकिन ऐसा होता नहीं है, क्योंकि उस टेक्नोलॉजी को रन करने के लिए भी इंसान चाहिए। सिंपल सी बात है कि हम कितने तैयार हैं इस चीज़ को एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए और हम इसका कितना वाइड इस्तेमाल करने जा रहे हैं। ये बहस बहुत पुरानी है, मैं इस बहस में नहीं जाना चाहता। ये पूंजीवाद और साम्यवाद की बहस है कि मशीन को लाना सही है या नहीं लाना सही है। इस पर पूरी दुनिया बहुत लड़ चुकी है। कुल मिला के ये बात सही है कि जो चीज़ आती है, नई टेक्नोलॉजी, वो अपनी जगह बनाती है और उसके साथ हम सब भी एक कदम आगे बढ़ के उसको इस्तेमाल करते हैं। तो मेरा सिंपल यही इस पूरे मामले में कहना है। एआई को लेकर टेक्निकल एंगल से मैं बहुत नहीं जानता हूँ। मेरा काम सिर्फ उसको एक, क्या कहते हैं, एक कैंची और छुरी की तरह इस्तेमाल करके फिर आगे बढ़ जाना है। मेरा उससे उसकी तकनीक पे बहुत दखल नहीं है, लेकिन उसका इस्तेमाल हम कैसे बेहतर कर सकें ये इम्पॉर्टेंट है। एक छोटी सी चीज़ मैं बोल के ख़त्म करूँगा, ज़्यादा समय नहीं है। आप लोग ऑलरेडी बहुत कुछ इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ें इस पर सुन चुके हैं कि मीडिया में कल को अगर आप काम करने जाते हैं और ये सारी चुनौतियाँ आपके सामने आती हैं, तो एक बात हमेशा याद रखिएगा कि आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, जैसा मैंने बोला कि हम पत्राचार नहीं कर रहे, हम पत्रकार हैं। आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ये नहीं है कि इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर करके पहुंचा देना है। जिस दिन आप सिर्फ ये बन गए, जिस दिन आपने इस दिशा में ही सिर्फ काम करना शुरू किया, उस दिन से आप समझिए कि आप इस प्रोफेशन में धीरे धीरे एक डेड एंड पे पहुंच जाएंगे। चाहे वो एआई हो, चाहे कोई भी टूल हो, कोई टेक्नोलॉजी हो, हम उसका इस्तेमाल क्या उस चीज के लिए कर रहे हैं जिसके लिए हम यहां पर बैठे हैं, जिस काम के लिए हम आए हैं। हमारा काम क्या है? हमारा काम है वॉइस बनना। इट डजंट मैटर कि आप किसकी वॉइस हैं, एक बड़े सेक्शन के हैं, छोटे सेक्शन के हैं, पूरे समाज के हैं, देश के हैं, पूरी दुनिया के हैं। लेकिन अगर आप उस वॉइस बनने के प्रोसेस को छोड़ देंगे तो ये टेक्नोलॉजी आपको खत्म कर देगी। दैट टेक्नोलॉजी इज गोइंग टू किल यू। और ये वॉइस आप कैसे बनेंगे? रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी की फीलिंग अगर आप में है कि आप इस डीएमई में पढ़ते हैं और कल को आप जब यहां से जाएंगे नौकरियां करने, आप जाएंगे इस सोसाइटी के अंदर, तो आपका रोल क्या होगा? इफ यू डोंट आइडेंटिफाई योर रोल in this society, in this country, entire technology is a failure, is a mess. हम जहां पे हैं, अगर हम उस जिम्मेदारी को समझते हैं तो तकनीक हमारे लिए मददगार है, नहीं समझते हैं तो वो घातक है। अभी थोड़ी देर पहले हम लोग बैठ के बात कर रहे थे कि प्रयागराज में कुछ लोग रील बनाने के लिए जा रहे थे और उस रील को सोशल मीडिया पे डाल रहे थे। उसी रील बनाने को लेकर कुछ लोगों पे केस हुआ और लाखों लोगों ने खुल के उस पर रील बनाया और उसको सोशल मीडिया पे पोस्ट किया, इररिस्पेक्टिव कि वो इस चीज़ को कैसे इस्तेमाल कर रहे। दे हैड ओन ऑब्जेक्टिव कि हमको लाइक्स चाहिए, हमको शेयर ज़्यादा चाहिए, हमको व्यूशिप ज़्यादा चाहिए। ये आप देखो क्या बना है, ये ऑब्जेक्टिव है हमारा, हमको उस मार्केट में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा घुसना है, ये ऑब्जेक्टिव है। लेकिन वही बात है कि हम भूल गए कि हम जो इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं वो दुनिया में हर व्यक्ति के पास जा रहा है। तो एक छोटी सी चीज़ है रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, छोटा सा है कि आप ओनस लेते हैं कि नहीं, उसी में आपके प्रोफेशनल और अनप्रोफेशनल होने का दायरा है। हम एक पत्रकार के रूप में इसीलिए प्रोफेशनल हैं कि हम उस चीज़ को देखते हुए काम करते हैं। एक व्यक्ति जो कुछ भी रिकॉर्ड कर रहा है, कुछ भी डाल रहा है, एआई से कुछ भी जनरेट कर रहा है, फेक न्यूज़ जनरेट कर रहा है, डाल रहा है, वो रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं है। वो मानता ही नहीं कि मैं किसी चीज़ के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल हूँ। तो आपकी टेक्नोलॉजी चाहे जो भी हो, अगर ये दायरा बना रहेगा तो इस टेक्नोलॉजी या इसके आगे की टेक्नोलॉजी की एक सीमा हमेशा रहेगी और वही सीमा हमेशा इंसानों की जगह इस दुनिया में बनाए रखेगी। आपकी भी जगह वहीं बनी रहेगी। उस सीमा का ध्यान रखिए। टेक्नोलॉजी आती रहेगी, जाती रहेगी। ICAN7 के लिए आप सबको बहुत बहुत बधाई। डीएमई परिवार के सभी लोगों को, सारे जितने उपस्थित यहाँ पर स्पीकर्स थे उन सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। उनसे भी मैंने बहुत कुछ सीखा। आई विश यू लक फॉर योर फ्यूचर। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much. It is now time for a significant academic milestone, the official unveiling of the ICAN7 conference proceedings. This compilation reflects the collective scholarship and research contributions of participants from across the globe. I would request our guests to kindly unveil the proceedings. We now move on to the unveiling of the special ICAN edition of DME Media School newsletter, Journalism at DME. This edition captures the spirit of media innovation, student creativity, and academic milestones, offering a glimpse into the vibrant activities and achievements of our media school. I request the dignitaries to kindly unveil the newsletter, and a big congratulations to the newsletter team, to the faculty and the students as well. With this, I would like to inform that after our inaugural plenary session, we will be starting with the master class on ethical issues in the AI space by Dr. Umesh Arya at Studio 62. Final year students and Kalindi college students are requested to reach studio and e-certificates will also be provided for the same. Technical session 1 on AI and social media, chaired by Dr. Jolly Jose and co-chaired by Professor Ashish Arya at Flipped Classroom will also start. Yes, can I just finish this? Yeah, sorry. Technical session 2 on narrative building and AI, chaired by Dr. Vidhi Rajora and co-chaired by Mr. Madhav Sharma on online mode. As we come to an end to this session, I would like to invite Dr. Yamini Kular, academic coordinator and co-convener ICAN, to give vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, respected colleagues, and dear participants. On behalf of Organizing Committee of 7th International Conference, ICAN7, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to all who have contributed to the success of this inaugural session. First and foremost, we express our deepest gratitude to Professor Surbhi Dhaya for her constant support, Professor Umesh Arya, Professor Amrish Saxena, Professor Tajit Sabarwal, Mr. Ravi Sharma, Mishra, for gracing this occasion with your presence and delivering an inspiring address. Your insights into the evolving landscape of AI have set a visionary tone for the conference. Thank you, sir. We are equally thankful to the visionary and the founder of ICAN, Professor Dr. Amrish Saxena, whose enlightening discourse on the inception of ICAN has provided us with a valuable platform and identity today. Our sincere appreciation and gratitude go to the Honorable Justice Bhavar Singh Sir, Director General DME, Professor Ravi Swami, Director DME, Professor Dr. Parul Mehra, Head DME Media School, and all other present here who have joined us from the various parts of the world. Your participation enriches our dialogue and fosters international collaboration in the future. We extend our thanks to the organizing committee and volunteers who dedicated and meticulously planning have been instrumental in bringing this event to a fruition. We also acknowledge the support of our partners, Saka and Kalindi College and KES Shroff College from Mumbai for the generous contributions and facilitating the gathering of minds and advancing the frontiers of AI. Last but not least, to the technical and administrative staff, thank you for your unwavering support in managing the logistics and ensuring the smooth operations of today's event. Lastly, to our audience, researchers, academicians, industry professionals, and students, your engagements and the lifeblood of this conference. We look forward to the fruitful exchanges and collaborations that emerge in ICANN. Thank you all once again for being the part of such significant occasion. Let us continue to work together towards innovation and excellence. Thank you.